Coming up on today's show, we'll be talking about this week's big release, Black Adam.
We'll be speaking to the stars of Black Adam.
And we'll be telling you about all the other big releases you can see this week. Hello and welcome to What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. I am Luke Owen.
And I'm not. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
So are you just sticking with that?
I'm not you.
You're not
Luke
even going to say what your name is?
Oh, Dan Layton. Hi.
Hey, all I'm after, Dan.
Hi.
But then,
Hello. Hi.
so Dan, it is, people thought, hey, blockbuster season's all gone, it's been and gone. But no, it is still here.
No, mate.
There's still big, massive movies.
Blockbuster season 24/7. Thank you very much.
That is what cinema is these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every week, big release. Every week, big release.
I don't know if it's just because we're doing the show, but I was thinking this on the way here today. There's always something on at the cinema. I didn't mean for it to come across so fed by corporate, but it's true. There's literally something all the time, and I quite appreciate that. And you are right. Normally, in the past, we have gone through those periods of smash bang wallop in the middle of summer. Then we'll have to wait again till the end of the year. But no, I like that we're having things dotted through.
We said this because we did a reaction screening to the 4DX trailer for Black Adam, which we'll show you in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we kept commenting on there was this film's out in October.
Soon.
And it's real soon.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I've got that reaction is because this film has been 10 plus years in the making.
I mean, it's the Rock has had it as his little pet project for a long time. He was looking for a superhero, wasn't he? And it was which one is like Superman, but I can do my own cool thing with it? That one.
That was always my theory on the movie was that The Rock walked into DC and was I want to play Superman. And they said, you can't. So it's who's like Superman then? And they were like, this lad. He's I want to be that lad then. Yeah. That's my guy. I'm making him my Superman.
And the thing about The Rock is that whenever he does anything, whether it's his lovely sipping tequila or, maybe one day running for government, who knows? He doesn't do things by halves. It's always a passion project. He always cares about it. Have you seen the size of his gym? That's not a gym for a normal person who doesn't really care about the gym. He's got his gym is bigger than my house. That kind of vibe.
Well, when you're the biggest movie star in the world, you're going to have the biggest gym, aren't you?
Exactly, and you care, and he cares. And the whole thing about Black Adam for me, if you look at any of the promotional material, the way he speaks about it, the way he's been going to these premieres, what he says in these junkets and things like that, he really cares. He really wants this to be as good as it can be. And I think that's what makes you as an audience member go in and feel, you've got all the goodwill in the world for this movie.
That's it, yeah. He talks very extensively in lots of junkets and interviews and stuff about the backstory of Black Adam and really trying to give this character some real flesh and bone up on the big screen. And I think they do really achieve that. I think as a movie, Black Adam is very entertaining. Mm-hmm. It is a big, super smashy CGI crash bang wallop. Yeah. It's what you want from a superhero movie.
Yeah.
That really big screen experience. And we've got this on IMAX. It's available in 4DX, and it's that sort of real cinema going experience that you don't get anywhere else.
And it's something as well about the fact that we haven't seen this character before. And we've seen a lot of characters before. We've seen a lot of superheroes over the past, 20 plus years, really. But especially over the past, 5, 6, 7 years with the real expansion of the MCU, with the DCU as well. DCEU, I did say the E, but it didn't sound like it was there, so I wanted to make sure no one come for me. But we've seen a lot of superheroes, and we've seen a lot of sequels and a lot of the same things. So it's fun when you get something brand new and fresh with their own title, their own movie, and that's what you're getting when you go to this. And you're right, it is big, it is brash, it's all powerful. It kind of whips you around all over the place on a narrative front as well as on the action. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
And I think for me, I love The Rock. Mm-hmm. Of course I do.
Well, yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love The Rock?
Point me to the person who likes The Rock, and I'll tell you a liar.
You say point to someone who doesn't like The
Rock. The words were there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally got what you were going for, but you fluffed it massively.
I did. And thank you very much for bringing that to everyone's attention.
I mean, do you want to try it again?
We can just edit this, can't we? You promise we will edit.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, choose Rich, give me something.
Find me a person who doesn't like The Rock, and I'll point out they're a liar.
That's an incredible line.
Thank you.
Oh, what an incredible...
Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Off the cuff moment here on What's On at Cineworld Cinemas.
Thank you so much.
But one of the things I love about The Rock is his... And this is actually, I'm a wrestling fan, and when he was a wrestler, he was like the most charismatic man.
Yeah, well, the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment.
And his charisma is one of the things that carries a movie through, and I think that's very evident here. Because while you may point at it and be like, it's green screen, it's CGI, it's smashy, it's this, that, and the other, The Rock's undeniable charisma does actually raise up some of those ships.
There is a reason he is the highest paid star in Hollywood, and it's not just because he works every 5 minutes. It's not just because he takes every job there they offer him. It's because
he goes to that gym.
It's not even half the time he's not there. The gym is actually the set. You know, no, it's because he has this kind of magnetism that is it's an X factor. Not to be too churlish about it, but it's this. He is the star vehicle in an era where star vehicles aren't really a thing anymore. He is the star. He is the one that you want to have on your team because people just like The Rock because he has that level of charisma.
And can I just pick up a word you said there, which is vehicle?
Oh, hello.
And there's been reports this week that this is now being sort of like looked at as the new starting point for the newest version of the DCEU. The Rock and Warner Brothers and DC are kind of like running through this. James Gunn apparently is going to be doing some more work with them again. Like there's, and he's even said that he wants to work on a new Man of Steel movie, Man of Steel 2, because, and there's like a lot
what would that look like? That's curious. A James Gunn Man of Steel movie?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I loved the work he did on Suicide Squad and what he's done with Marvel as well. So I think that's a really interesting thing. Yeah, for me, I was really, really impressed with the movie, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It's a lot of fun.
We've also talked about this on the show before as well, that one of the fun things about movie experience and going to the pictures and stuff is when you get given free gifts.
Oh, I love a free gift.
Absolutely adore a free gift.
My flat is littered with them.
If you book tickets to see Black Adam at Cineworld Cinemas, regardless of whichever format you pick, there's a free poster waiting for you.
Come on. I love a poster. Yeah. I used to have, when I was younger, I had a wall full of them. Like they were wallpaper, essentially.
Yeah. I was that university student that had the Pulp Fiction poster.
Oh yeah, great.
Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah. Strong.
Because I'm old.
Well, quite. Mine was, Paw Patrol.
Naming one other kids TV show. We also got the opportunity to sit down with the stars of Black Adam.
Oh yeah.
And here's what happens.
So 4DX is where the seats move in time with the action on screen, and there's water and there's wind, and it's really immersive.
Oh my God, I want to be there. I want to do that.
It's so epic.
The fight sequences, there's so many great fight sequences which will just rock you to your bones. And especially with 4DX, as you explain it, it will be a night to remember for sitting in those seats, and you get your money's worth.
4DX is when it moves, right?
Like, what is 4DX?
Okay, I saw Batman in 4DX. Let me tell you something. My back was broke. Oh, because right when it started, I was like, oh. Like,
but we want people to go see it.
And then you can get water thrown on you.
What?
So I mean, if you like,
it's like a ride.
It's a ride. And then there's wind, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like when Cyclone. Literally
You've
every
got
single one.
all your like wind scenes are just like
Definitely.
incredible. Bring a jacket, guys.
Yeah, bring a jacket.
It's gonna get windy.
It's going to get windy.
That
Absolutely.
was so corny the way I said that. It's gonna get windy.
It's going to get windy.
It's like my weatherman dreams are coming true.
That's going to be my catchphrase.
It's gonna get windy.
Everyone's asked, and I was just like, chaos.
It's gonna get
It's
windy.
going to get windy. Wow.
You're welcome.
Sarah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my boy. I did it.
Have you ever done 4DX?
I've done 4DX.
Oh yeah. Well, so have I. Because here's what happened when we saw the trailer for Black Adam in 4DX.
It's a Black Adam palooza.
I was a slave until I died.
Whoa!
Then I was reborn a god.
Have you put your seatbelt on?
I kneel before no one.
Because you're gonna need it.
In this world, there are heroes
That one gets me every time.
Don't kill. You can be its savior.
Got a very wet knee.
That's up to you.
Boy. Well. I'm ready.
But of course, it's not just Black Adam that's out this week. We've got the Banshees of Inisherin and a re-release of Coraline.
And of course, the Met Opera live in HD with Cherubini's Medea. Banshees of Inisherin is very exciting.
It is, yes.
It's Martin McDonagh,
Colin
Farrell, and Brendan Gleeson, the team from In Bruges, back
That's
together.
it, yeah, back together, being surly again.
Very different setting, very different everything else. But I love Martin McDonagh movie.
You can also buy tickets for Halloween Ends, Lyle, Crocodile, The Woman King, Emily,
Amsterdam, The Lost King, Smile, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Ticket to Paradise, and Don't Worry, Darling.
My pick of the week is Black Adam. But do you have anything you want to throw to the contrary?
Not the contrary. I think more the tandem. I think if there's a lot of movies out this week, and I think that you have that. This is what we talk about, the joy of going to the pictures, and there's always something on. There's something for everybody. If you want to go and see a big, smashy, exciting superhero movie that's going to have everyone talking, that's going to be filled to the rafters, and going to be there for a while, Black Adam is your pick. If you want to go and see something cerebral, you want to go and see something that is a completely different pace, then yeah, the Banshees. I'd probably go with the Banshees of Inisherin, just for balance,
Yeah.
Or do a double bill, see both. That's what I'd do.
And then just, make it a triple bill. Go see Coraline as well, because who doesn't love Coraline?
It's the spoopy, scary season.
And tickets are on sale for Black Panther, the 40th anniversary 4K restoration of Poltergeist, Paranorman, the absolutely wonderful and highly recommended by Mr. Luco in Trick or Treat, as well as the 40th anniversary 4K restoration of The Thing.
Not only that, we also have Pray for the Devil, the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, One Piece, Film Red, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical, and the National Theatre Live's production of The Seagull.
Also worth mentioning as well that Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, is also out on, let me get this right, November the 23rd, for just 1 week only.
There was a time and a place where I thought this movie was not going to get a cinema release, and I thought that would have been a travesty because Knives Out was such an exciting film when it came out. Everyone was enamored of it. It was something completely fresh, completely new, and this sequel has an all-star cast. Get into this. I've seen it.
I was going to say, Special Boy's seen it.
Special Boy at the London Film Festival.
Can I have a one-word review?
I'm trying to think of a word that when you've all seen it, you'll be like, he's strong. I don't know. I can't say it. Like, it's just great. I had a really good time with Glass Onion, and I think that if you were a fan of Knives Out, if you're a fan of Daniel Craig and this character, you're going to have an absolute blast as well. It's so much fun. And Big Dave Bautista is absolutely fantastic in it. I'm thrilled it's going to be the pictures. Make sure you get out and see it the week that it's out.
Dan, you please stop talking about Glass Onion. Let me talk about The Thing. Because The Thing is getting re-released in cinemas.
Yeah.
This is the big 4K restoration of arguably one of the greatest movies of all time. It is in my top, I think it's my favourite John Carpenter movie.
Okay.
I think it's my favourite horror movie. It's an incredible film that is one of the most tense and nail-biting, and like you're just gripping the armchairs when you're not biting said nails, on the edge of your seat, don't know what's going to happen next. I'm not going to use the word thrill ride, because that implies like it's an action-based thing, but it's not. It's all just this, I can't even think of the words to describe it, but just sort of like, it's tension wrapped up into a ball of anxiety and more tension.
And I was at uni studying a horror. You know how much I'm not really good at horror movies? I did a horror module at my degree.
Classic.
And I got my best grades of my entire degree while I was doing it. And it held up then, watching it on a lecture theatre movie screen, as this kind of pristine example of the social anxiety model of horror, the idea that you don't know what you can trust, you don't know where your basis is. The idea of seeing it with this full 4K restoration on a big proper cinema screen is really exciting. In 40 years, you would think, we've seen it. We've seen things that have built on that and used the tropes and the tricks of the trade from back then and done them better. But these classic movies, especially these classic horror movies, still live up in that way.
It's also the movie that held up when people are like, why are you remaking things? Like, well, this is a remake, and it's one of the best films ever made. Go see The Thing. It's an incredible movie. But that's all we've got time for on this week's edition of What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. You can check out any of the movies that we've discussed today using the links in the video description down below. But hey, Dan.
Oh, hi.
Do you like chatting?
Oh, I always love chatting.
Well, that's good, because if you enjoy hearing Dan chat, there's more of that on the podcast version of this show, available in the podcast realm on all podcast platforms, good, bad, and mediocre. But we will see you in 7 days' time for more film chat. I've been Luke Owen.
I've been Dan Layton.
And that's What's On.